SAMRI acknowledges the Kaurna people as the traditional custodians of the Adelaide region, where our buildings are located. We recognise the Kaurna people's cultural, spiritual, physical and emotional connection with their land. We honour and pay our respects to the Kaurna elders, both past and present, and all generations of Kaurna people, now and into the future. We acknowledge all other traditional owners who live across South Australia, with a special thanks to those whose lands we visited in the production of these videos. This video has been made for general information only and should not replace medical or professional advice. Speak to your health practitioner if you have any questions related to your health or medical condition. The South Australian Aboriginal Chronic Disease Consortium does not specifically endorse any medicines or treatments described in this video. Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander viewers are warned that the following video may contain images and voices of deceased persons.
We know that Aboriginal people, particularly those with diabetes, are more likely to suffer from stress and worry, and particularly conditions like depression, which is a condition where your mood is always difficult to manage, that you're very sad, excessively so. And this is a great concern for us as healthcare practitioners and as community members ourselves. The reason that depression is important in the context of diabetes and other issues of social and emotional well-being are things that we worry about for people who have diabetes, is that it makes it much harder to manage the condition that you have, and it means that there's a number of challenges in the way of people engaging well with the care that is on offer for them.
Yeah, you know, when they told me I had diabetes, I went into depression, and I didn't think, I thought the worst when they told me I had diabetes. And then because I was a heavy drinker, it got worse to the point where I had to have insulin twice a day. And yeah, it sort of just stressed me out that I had diabetes. I went through a big depression. I got to the stage where I tried to take my life because it was that bad. Now I got help for it, so I'm much better than I was.
Yeah, when I was first diagnosed, I was really down about it because I thought I was going to die. You know, because when you get diabetes, they call it the silent killer, because you don't know you got it until, well, sometimes too late. It's an illness that can get worse if you don't look after yourself. So you've got a lot you've got to think about, and it sort of, your mind, you don't know where you're going, and you get a bit depressed and all that sort of stuff. So then you've got to find somebody that you can talk to help with your mental stress and your mental health, because if you don't, then that's going to overtake you too.
We know that if a person has diabetes and depression, they're much more likely to die as a consequence of those conditions when combined. There's a few reasons for this. We know that when you have diabetes, your system, your body, isn't as able as it used to be to control all the things that keep your sugar in balance, your heart in balance, and all the body systems that you need to look after yourself in check and in a nice way of working together. If you add into this the story of people's stress and worry and grief and loss and depression, it just makes it even harder for people to engage in the things that will keep them well and healthy into the future.
So I think if people are feeling really overwhelmed or they're having trouble, you know, some of the symptoms of, you know, not feeling our best, feeling sad or feeling down means that it's really hard to get out of bed, you know, really overwhelmed by, you know, anything, you know, the thought of I have to go to that appointment, I have to make that appointment, I have to go here today. Those type of things can be really overwhelming when you're not at your best self. And so if you have those type of feelings where everything feels really challenging or you're feeling really sad and you're just not feeling like you're getting much joy out of life, it's really important you can talk to your doctor, talk to any health workers at health services that you're going to as the first step, someone that you trust. Reach out to someone and ask for help, because that's really the first step in being able to get the support you need.
As Alex explains next, your healthcare professional can be even more helpful to you when you talk to them and tell them if something in your life is worrying you or stopping you from looking after yourself.
It's really important that we talk to people about how they feel, the things that are challenging them, the stresses that they face, because that will not only give us a better understanding of where patients are at, it will help us to develop the right treatments, the right supports, the right interventions that can help people lead the healthy lives that we all aspire to. If you're feeling worried or stressed, or there are things that are mounting up on you that are too hard to control, make sure that you talk to your healthcare team about it. There's things we can do, there's supports we can put in place, because it's important that we are there for you when you need us most.
There are other supports available too. Tina talks about what they are.
The types of services that are available for people are, so through your doctor, wherever you access a doctor, you're able to get mental health support and get a mental health plan put in place, which will support you if you need any particular medications or if you need to access counselling or support. And you can have up to 10 visits of counselling if you're Aboriginal or Torres Strait Islander. So, it's really important that to take advantage of that. Otherwise, other services generally just, Aboriginal health services or any mental health services. There's support lines that are available, so Beyond Blue or Crisis Line if you feel like you're in a lot of distress and you need more immediate support. Making use of those emergency numbers and getting in touch with someone is really important.
Having an activity that you really enjoy doing can sometimes take your mind off the things that stress you out. Let's hear what some of our community members like doing to keep themselves and their minds busy.
When I feel a bit depressed now, I just take my grandchildren for a walk or go and do something with them outside, and it takes my mind off of being depressed or thinking about what I was thinking about, It's like a lot of things in this world these days, you worry about everything.
But if I didn't have my art and my beading and making the jewellery and everything, that helps to fix your mental health as well as stress and everything else helps to calm you down.
Usually when I'm stressed out, I do meditation. Just go out and sit outside and just breathe for half an hour. De-stress myself. And I drink a lot of water too. Because sometimes when I'm stressed I get dehydrated, feeling stress inside. And I get the dry mouth and stuff like that. So I drink a lot of water.
And when I was really depressed or really anxious, I could sit down and draw and it didn't matter and it didn't have to have a meeting and people still liked it. My art has been a big thing for me through my diabetes and my mental health. When I couldn't do anything else, I could do art. Like it was the one thing that I had left. That helped my mental health, and my mental health being good helped my diabetes because less stress, less sadness, less everything. It was just, as simple as that. Just how important it was.
We know it's not possible for everyone, but as Ken suggests, maybe it's a little connection to country that you need to top you back up.
But I think the spiritual connection with our Bowendick country is absolutely priceless. It makes people feel good. I think if they're feeling good, they're probably going to be thinking about looking after the rest of their life for their children and their grandchildren.
It's also important to remember that we as Aboriginal people thrived for many thousands of years living a different lifestyle to what most of us do today. This means that diseases related to lifestyle, such as diabetes, has had a greater impact on the Aboriginal population. But as Tina reminds us, understanding what is happening to us, to our families and to our communities will help us to support each other to live the best life we possibly can.
It's important not to blame ourselves and to say, taking control over what's happening to us, learning about it, learning what our symptoms are, you know, all of that gives us a lot of power. So we all start to talk about these things as normal and as not a problem within ourselves. You know, these are things where we're all battling with as a community together. Then we can support each other, encourage other people to get help and not feel shame. It's about being aware that we are not our conditions, you know, that these are things that we're experiencing and we can take control over those, and there are things that we can do to get the support that we need.
We hope you have found this video helpful. For further information and resources, check out the links on your screen now. The South Australian Aboriginal Chronic Disease Consortium would like to thank the following Aboriginal community members and health professionals who participated in this video. This suite of diabetes video resources has been made possible by funding from Country SA PHN.